The United States Mint is about to embark upon a very special project. And if I'm going to be honest with you, I'm very excited. I'll explain as we explore. For those of you familiar with my channel, you may know that years ago I used to cover the latest news with regards to the United States Mint products and issues. But I don't do that quite as much these days because there's a couple of other channels that do it very, very well. But nonetheless, this is an exception. We're going to be covering a topic that I think is quite intriguing and may be of interest to my viewers. You know, when the United States Mint does a project, typically they get designs reviewed by two agencies, the Commission of Fine Arts and the CCAC. And here's an example for the American Liberty, a high-relief 24-karat gold coin and silver medal. Here's some designs, and we know now that these designs were chosen, which is the bristlecone pine for this project. But we could see all the different design choices, and some of them we may like better than others, but it's up to those two agencies and ultimately the Secretary of the Treasury to choose them. For the American Liberty, a coin series, which comes out every 2 years. And it's quite an exciting program because it has modern and fresh new designs for symbols of liberty. But nonetheless, this is changing for starting next year. Yes, believe it or not, they are going to be changing some things up starting in 2024. And before I get to that news, I hope you enjoy videos like this where I talk about the latest news with regards to gold and silver and even coin collecting. Hope you will consider subscribing to the channel and pressing that like button. So let's get right into it. And this is an amazing story here. The United States Mint plans to bring back the 1794 dollar designs. Yes, as first broke by Silver Wolverine. This is amazing. This is a quite an intriguing program that is going to be starting next year. So they're going to front load it with the silver medal in 2024. And this is what it's going to look like. We'll take a closer look at the designs here in a moment as we're going to talk a little bit about these designs. And we're going to look at an original 1794 dollar as well. It's in this article from Paul Gilks, the 2024 American Liberty Silver Medal and 2025 American Liberty High Relief Gold $100 coin will bear designs Chief Engraver Robert Scott designed and engraved for the 1794 flowing hair silver dollar, first issued on October the 15th, 1794. That's amazing that they're going to resurrect these designs for this program, which does seem to fall out of the scope of what the American Liberty program was all about. But we'll get to how they're going to essentially rectify that issue here later in the article. The Commission of Fine Arts was scheduled to consider the designs on October the 19th, with the Citizens Coinage Advisory Committee to review the designs the following week. That is just a couple days from right now. The medal will be a 1 ounce 3/9 fine silver issue, and the coin will be a 1 ounce 4/9 fine gold issue. By the way, the gold coin will not have a reeded edge. Presumably, the silver medal will have a smooth edge, but likely will not have the inscriptions of the weight and purity. As is custom for the United States Mint, they typically do not put the weight and purity on their silver medals. According to the U.S. Mint's design narrative, to honor the original, the Mint will follow the same minimal inscriptions on the 1794 flowing hair dollar coin on both the silver medal and gold coin. So it'll be a smooth edge with these inscriptions on both coins. The original edge inscribed denomination will also be included on the gold coin. Yes, there was an inscribed denomination on the silver coin back in the day. And if we get into this, we'll take a look and see exactly what that was. It says 100 cents, $1 or unit. And here's what actually that looks like on the dollar coin, the original here. You can see it says dollar, and And I think it says United States of America around the edge there. So that would be quite fascinating to see. You can see these other symbols, O and R, and these asterisks or whatever on that. That's kind of intriguing to see that, but that's pretty amazing. And that will be there. Now, here's where it gets kind of special and modern. In keeping with the program's focus on modernity, the Mint will employ innovative manufacturing techniques to recreate the iconic flowing hair designs. Yes, since 2007, the Mint has used computer numeric control, which is, you've probably heard the acronym CNC, technology for producing master tooling, according to Mint officials. Now, having incorporated advanced laser technology into our production processes, the Mint plans to begin laser engraving mastered eyes. Wow, that's pretty special. That's pretty neat to see that these images and these designs will be quite sharp and really pop out, especially in high relief for the gold. The 2024 American Liberty silver medals and the 2025 American Liberty gold coins will be the first to fully incorporate this new technology into the manufacturing process, an achievement that represents the culmination of years of research and development. And that's the end of the article. There's really not much there on how and why they came out with this design process. But it is intriguing. Should be noted that, that 2024 is the 230th anniversary of the original. And let's take a look again at a larger image of these. This is the official U.S. Mint design PDF of these particular coins. And we're going to go down and see what the obverse image looks like. And you can see there it is in its glory. Quite sharp details in this rendering of what it's going to look like. Now, one thing you will notice here, look at the date. The date almost looks to be cockeyed a bit. I think this was based off the original to match these stars, the 13 stars. And so, it looks like they probably could have moved, but to keep the stars aligned with each other, the spacing is kind of different. Even the word liberty here is a little bit cockeyed a little bit. But that's in keeping with the original. We'll look at the original here momentarily. That's the obverse. Here is the reverse design. Very, very cool. Now, this eagle, there's been some criticism of it because it looks kind of, a little bit parched or, starving there. There's not much to it. But that is the first eagle that was on the dollar coin. United States of America, you can see there. But as you can see, there's no denomination. You have the denticles around the edge there on both the obverse and reverse, but they're slightly different. And this is it. There's nothing that shows what the edge is going to look like. I was kind of hoping to see that there. So the only reference we have here in keeping with the original is perhaps this with the dollar. And of course it says United States of America again on this particular piece. But that's kind of intriguing. Pretty amazing. Now let's take a look at the original here. This is a flowing hair. This is a pretty good, I think this is an MS66 version. You can see, again, the obverse and reverse, but PCGS, this is where I got this imagery from, does not seem to show the edge lettering on these. But you can see the stars here look fairly flat. So again, that's going to be low relief, whereas on this, they're going to be obviously brilliant in 3D and beveled there. So I think that's kind of a cool addition. And it's probably how it was meant to be, is my guess. And here we can see a slightly more worn version, but you can see the details a little bit greater. And you can see how the denticles differ on the obverse and reverse. And let's go back here and see here. You can see how they do difference. These are a little bit more rounded, and these denticles are a little bit more elongated. And I think they both have the same kind of roundness there, but and obviously struck a little bit off center, which is an annoying thing for me. But you got to give the Mint a little bit of leeway. It was their first silver dollar created. Some of the silver very well could have come from, at least it's speculated, from Martha Washington's silverware collection. They needed silver to get these dollars going. I guess they could have also melted down some of the Spanish. And that's, of course, that's just a rumor. We don't know if it's actually true or not. But nonetheless, it's pretty remarkable, amazing. So the Mint's going to be implementing new technologies to make it high relief. And you can see there how that will plan out. And of course, at least according to these renderings, the edge or the border here, the rim, will be pretty thick on the obverse and thinner on the reverse. Now, these being high relief, of course, you know my worry. For those of you who know, one of my biggest pet peeves is finning. That's Finning. When they strike these things, will there be this big sharp lip that will be when the metal is pushed from the pressure of the dies being struck on the coins? If they're slightly off center at all, and even if they're not off center, it can produce a very sharp rim, right edge of wire right off the edge here. I hope that doesn't happen with these. I'm going to try my best to call the Mint to give them a heads up on these. I need to hear that from us all, really. But intriguing. I think this is fascinating. I think it'll be a great thing for 2025. I kind of wish in some ways they would go ahead and move this date over and center it and align these stars. But, they got to keep up with the original, I guess. But they're going to have very sharp details, obviously, on these. Why not adjust the lettering to make everything kind of even there, is my view. But they are preserving this, it looks like, down to the denticles on this. But so this will be an intriguing program, I think. I'm looking forward to it. Are you as excited as I am about it? Let me know in the comments section below. I think this is quite fascinating indeed. And so let me know what your thoughts are. I hope you found this video informative, insightful, and educational. I would like to extend a multitude of gratitude to each and every one of you for taking the time to watch, and to encourage you to please rate, share, comment, and subscribe.